Boo! Hey everyone, this is Tanya. Welcome back to Black Women Read, reviews of books, zines, and everything in between. As Halloween creeps upon us, this is a great time to honor the work of author Tananarive Due. As stated on her website, Due has a BS in journalism from Northwestern University and an MA in English literature from the University of Leeds, England, where she specialized in Nigerian literature as a Rotary Foundation scholar. In addition to VONA, Due has taught at the Hurston Wright Foundation's Writers Week and the Clarion Science Fiction and Fantasy Writers Workshop. As a screenwriter, she is a member of the Writers Guild of America. Due has written over 12 books and numerous short stories. She's often compared to goddess, pioneer of Black speculative fiction, Octavia Butler. However, Due tends to dabble more on the thriller, horror side in her books. Her stories are frightening, and I love every word of it. My favorite books by Due are The Between, My Soul to Keep, and The Good House. Due often writes about complex Black characters who find themselves in eerie situations. I especially recommend putting The Good House on your must-read list if you're looking for something to scare the wits out of you. I could barely sleep for a week looking for a shadowy figure in corners after reading the book. Due also has written some hauntingly good short stories. A wonderful compilation of her short fiction is the book Ghost Summers. In Ghost Summers, you are treated to unnerving tales of shape-shifting werewolves, visiting spirits, and menacing zombies. The book features one of my favorites from Due. I believe it was her debut into short story writing. It's called The Lake. In The Lake, protagonist Abby moves from Boston to start a new teaching position in small-town Graceville. In between renovating her home, Abby takes dips in the murky lake near her house. It isn't long before she regrets the swims, as her body begins to change. It sounds nightmarish, doesn't it? Hide under your covers as I read a few of my favorite passages from the story. Abby wasn't much of a swimmer. She preferred solid ground beneath her feet, even when she was in the water, but with her flip-flops to protect her from unseen rocks, she felt brave enough to wade into the water, inviting its embrace above her knees, her thighs. She felt the water's gentle kiss between her legs, the massage across her belly, and finally, a liquid cloak upon her shoulders. The grade was gradual, with no sudden drop-offs to startle her, and for the first time in years, Abby felt truly safe and happy. That was all Graceville was supposed to be for Abby. New job, new house, new lake, new beginning. For the week before summer school began, Abby took to swimming behind her house daily at dusk, safe from the mosquitoes, sinking into her sanctuary. No one had told her, not the realtor, not the elderly widow she'd only met once when they signed the paperwork at the lawyer's office downtown. Not Graceville Prep's cheerful headmistress. Even a random first grader at the grocery store could have told her that one must never, ever go swimming in Graceville's lakes during the summer. The man-made lakes were fine, but the natural lakes that had once been swampland were to be avoided by children in particular, and women of childbearing age, which Abby still was at 36, albeit barely, and men who were prone to quick tempers or alcohol binges. Further, one must never, ever swim in Graceville's lakes in summer without clothing, when crevices and weaknesses were most exposed. As she was climbing out of the shower, Abby realized her feet had stopped their terrible itching. For 3 days, she'd slathered the spaces between her toes with creams from Walgreens, none helping, some only stinging her in punishment. But the pain was gone. Naked, Abby raised her foot to her mattress, pulling her toes apart to examine them, and realized right away why she'd been itching so badly. Thin webs of pale skin had grown between her toes. Her toes, in fact, had changed shape entirely, pulling away from each other to make room for webbing. And weren't her toes longer than she remembered? No wonder her shoes felt so tight. She wore a size 8, but her feet looked like they'd grown 2 sizes. She was startled to see her feet so altered, but not alarmed, as she might have been when she was still in Boston, tied to her old life. New job, new house, new feet. There was a logical symmetry to her new feet that superseded questions or worries. She was hungriest when Derek and Jack were there, but she hid that from herself. The last Friday in July, with only a week left in the summer term, Abby lost her patience. She was especially hungry that day, dissatisfied with her kitchen stockpile. Graceville was suffering a record heat wave with temperatures hovering near 110 degrees, so she was sweaty and irritable by the time the boys arrived at 5:30, and itching terribly. Unlike her feet, the gills hiding beneath the ridges of her ribs never stopped bothering her until she was in her lake. She was so miserable she almost asked the boys to forget about painting the refurbished back porch and come back another day. If she'd only done that, she would have avoided the scandal. Are you on the edge of your seat? When I first read the story, I shook with anticipation. This is one of Due's classic pieces. The Lake is a simple story with a horrific bite. So, this Halloween season, as you prepare for ghouls and goblins, trick-or-treaters, pick up a Tananarive Due book for a fabulous treat into the world of unearthly beings. Thank you for listening, and I will see you at the next video. Hopefully.